Hello, everybody. I hope you are all doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lily, and as always, I am so happy that you are here with me today. In today's video, we're kind of going to do a little bit of random embellishing on the two junk journals that I'm working on. And I have gathered all of or some of the elements that I'm going to be using to embellish the junk journals. And I thought I would get busy and work on them to finish them up because I've been dragging my feet and I thought this would be a project that would take me a week, but we're now going into a month. It's now February and I've been wanting this to be done since January. So we are going to get it done. I pretty much have everything ready to finish it up and see how I've collected all of the cute little things that I want to use in the junk journals and also some of the items that I have made with you guys. Some of the paper bag tags, some of the coffee dyed junk journal envelopes, and random pieces of ephemera that I plan on using. We are going to work on finishing the front covers and then embellishing the inside covers. Also working on finishing up some of those scrapbook paper tags. I'm going to show you how I make that cute little book plate. I made the one off camera, but I will be making a second one. And then just kind of putting things together. So I picked them up and just got busy so I could start working. So we're going to start with the coffee dyed junk mail envelopes. And I had already set aside these vellum flowers that I wanted to glue down to the front of the coffee dyed envelopes. And these are so cute. In a previous video, I showed you a small container of Joann's ephemera that I came across. And so I'm just going to glue it down, and I think it turns out really cute. I've never really used these vellum floral ephemera pieces before. I do have some, I just haven't used them, but I think they turn out so cute. They really are cute. And I want to make sure it sticks, and so I just sandwiched it there in the book to kind of hold it in place. And so I'm basically going to do the same thing with the second junk journal. And the journals are quite similar. The covers will be slightly different, and I know I used different scrapbooking papers to line the inside, but for the most part they are pretty much the same. And I've already selected the papers for the signatures, and I don't bind the signatures to the junk journals today. I ran out of time. And as it is, I was trying to keep this video shorter, but I just wanted to get this done. And I could have done it in several parts, but then it would be March before I finish it. So I really want to get these done. So I took some of this cute little, I think it's like a rosette trim. It is one of my favorite trims to use. And I did have those edges to the that muslin, the avocado dyed muslin fabric. It was kind of rough. And then when I stitched around it, it kind of folded it in some corners, and so I knew that I would be using some type of trim to clean up that edge. And this is so nice because even though it looks bulky, if you've ever used this trim, It's actually pretty flat. That trim it's a very lightweight ribbon, and so it doesn't create any bulk at all, and it's so soft and pretty. So it was perfect for the inside cover. Now this bottle of the glue, I think this is the one that I kind of struggled with a little bit. And it's not that old, but it doesn't flow very easy. And so at one point I had to use both hands to try to squeeze the glue out of there. And it's not very old. I don't even think I'm halfway through it. Or maybe I am, I don't know, but from the very beginning. And I really like it because it works so good. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. So I'm just cleaning up the excess glue. Because that trim is so thin, some of the adhesive kind of seeped through. So I'm just dabbing it with a wipe just to clean it up. Oh, I've got a funny story as we glue these down, because I'll glue the trim to the second journal as well. And I set it aside for just a moment so that it dries, but it dries fairly quickly. My daughter ordered a package. And nope, let me start over again. So so funny. Okay, so the other day, my mother gets up super early in the morning to go to work. And I want to say it's maybe, I don't know, like 5 or 5:30. And as she had to walk past the front door. And right now at 5:30 a.m., it's dark outside. And as she was walking past the front door, to walk, I think, to the kitchen, from her bedroom to the kitchen, she noticed that there was a light on the front porch. And so she stopped and she looked out the window that's right by the front door, and she saw a person standing out in the front porch with a flashlight. And so my mother, instead of calling my dad to help her figure out who was out in the front porch at 5:30 in the morning in the dark with a flashlight, she opens the front door, you guys, and shouts. And let me tell you, she shouted so loud it woke me up, and I'm upstairs. Well, all I could hear was, "Hey, what are you doing out there?" And then I heard some mumbling. She's like, "What are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here." Anyway, you guys, turns out it was the Amazon delivery guy. And he was just taking a picture of the package. Because you know how they do? When they send you a notification, they send you a picture that your package has been delivered. So my daughter had ordered a package, but we didn't know it was going to be delivered at 5 o'clock in the morning, and scared the bejesus out of my mother. Poor guy. I'm sure that Amazon driver, oh my gosh, the story. You know what? I want to know who it was. And I want to hear his side of the story, because I'm sure that he probably pooped his pants when my mother opened that front door as he's trying to take a picture of the package. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here." You guys, when I tell you it was loud, it was loud. And it scared me. So I jumped out of bed, because I was sleeping, jumped out of bed, ran downstairs to see what was happening. that took some bravery for her to open that door and scare off what what she thought was an intruder. Oh my gosh. The funny thing about this, I mean, that's a pretty funny story. I feel so bad for that Amazon driver. The funny thing is that the day before, there were a couple of teenagers that came and knocked at our door, and she looked out the window and she's like, I don't know who that is. Go see who that is. Go see what they want. She wouldn't open the door to the cute little teenagers just, selling stuff door to door. I think that's what they were doing, but she opens the door to a stranger on the front porch at 5 o'clock in the morning when it's super dark out. Oh my gosh, you guys. Super, super funny. I wish I knew that Amazon driver. I'd like to talk to him. Oh my gosh. So we told her not to open the door anymore. Anyway, so that's the story as we watched me glue the trim down. Oh my gosh, do you have funny Amazon stories or delivery stories? Let me know down below, because if you can top that, let me know. Pretty funny. And then my other daughter, who doesn't live here, who lives with her husband and her children, she ordered something online, and for some reason that she still hasn't figured out, it was delivered here to my parents' house. So I asked her about that the other day. She says, Mom, I have no idea how my package ended up at Mama's house. So we call my parents' house Mama's house. And so she even looked at her shipping history. She says, I couldn't figure it out. So that was strange. So that's about as much excitement that we've had around here in January. That's what happened in January. Okay, so moving on. I made this cute little book plate, and I took a piece of the avocado dyed muslin, and then I took a piece of junk paper, just some thin packaging, and then stitched around it, and then added that little metal book plate. And so I wanted to make a second one, but I thought I would show you how I did it. So there's that piece of white packaging, and I cut it just a little bit smaller than the fabric, just to make it sturdy, so that when I glue it down to the front cover, it's not so flimsy. And so all I did is I stitched around it. Oh my gosh, I still can't stop laughing, you guys, just thinking about that Amazon driver. I've been laughing for days, and I've told that story many times because it's hilarious. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach the metal book plate with the tiny little brad. So I'm just going to make a little mark where I'm going to poke it through to add the brads. I'm not going to glue it because the brads will hold it down just fine. And that's another reason why I added the cardstock to the back, just so it would hold the book plate and the little brads much better. And I did struggle a little bit with the tiny little brads because my nails are so long and they keep getting longer. Oh my gosh, that's a whole other story. We'll save that for another day. So just poking the holes through. But it turned out really cute. That day, though, I I struggled with everything that I grabbed, and it has nothing to do with my nails. But for some reason, I kept dropping things. I just struggled all day. Was really clumsy with my hands all day long. And so then when I started working on this, it wasn't any better. And it didn't help that, those brads are miniature, microscopic. But they are so cute. I have had these for a really long time, and I don't show you in this video, but it's a cute little tin box with like little metal embellishments that I purchased from Stampin' Up! Over 10 years ago. I've had it for a really long time. If I remember, in a future video, I will show you what I'm talking about. But maybe you've had it. And it's really cute. It's cute it has cute paper clips and little brads and some of these book plates. Super cute. And these are just items I haven't used in a long time. So we're still doing I did a no spend January, and so I am continuing that into February. Because I want to use, and I keep talking about this, but it's because I want to use my stash, and I also want to use junk so that I can transform junk to treasure. So look at how cute they turned out, you guys. Look at how cute those look. From junk, except for the book plates. From junk and my stash. So no spend January, no spend February. Except, have you guys seen the new release? Tim Holtz's new release? Oh my gosh. If you haven't watched his, he did a live just recently. And oh my gosh, some of the stuff that he's put out. And I was like, no. I like to watch. But nope, no spend February. So I'm now going to attach my little junky book plates to the front. I think they look so cute. I really do like how these covers are turning out. I also have these yo-yos, and I purchased these a while back from a little local boutique. And these were made by a young girl who sells them there. So I just purchased a little bag full of them. They're so cute. I don't use them very often because I struggle. I don't know how to use them, but I like them. So I'm trying to figure out where to place it. But I also don't want to spend too much time thinking about it. So I'm just going to cluster them there on the lower right hand side. By the way, if you have ever used the Fabri-Tac or the Beacon 3-in-1 glue, this glue will take the nail polish off of your nails. And it did that to my nails. So I was trying to be really careful, but I got glue on my fingernails, and when I wiped it off, and that's why I have that baby wipe there, so I could clean the glue off my fingernails. But that glue works so fast, and it just melted away the nail polish off my fingernails. Oh, that's okay. So see how I'm trying to avoid getting glue on my fingernails? By the end of this video, it didn't matter anymore. My manicure was thrashed. It's hard to be it's hard to have cute hands and be crafty all at the same time. Look at how cute that looks. So cute. So we are going to do the same with the second one. And I could have gone in a completely different direction with the second cover, but I really like the way it's turning out. Trying to be different with this one, but I end up putting it in the exact same spot as the other one. Now, this one, I had to get creative and elevate the book plate just a little bit, because if you can see there, the corrugated cardboard is gives that pocket card a little bit of height, and so I needed to bring the book plate up to that same level. And so I'm searching for some scrap pieces of corrugated cardboard to glue behind the book plate to raise it up so it's the same height as the card. So I'm just going to cut a small piece, just enough to bring it up, and I'm just going to glue it to the back of the book plate, just so it's even and it lays, well, so it lays even with the card, just like that. I do have something exciting coming up this month. My paternal grandmother will be 100 years old, February 19th. Isn't that amazing? She lives in California, and my family is planning a celebration for her. And so I'm excited. I'm hoping that I'll be able to go down to California so that we can celebrate her 100th birthday. And so my parents will be down there. I have a lot of family that will be down. And so I'm looking forward to that. So fingers crossed I'm able to go. Take just a weekend trip down to California just to see her and wish her a happy 100th birthday. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So by adding that little scrap of corrugated cardboard, it just made the book plate look so that it didn't look like lopsided. Thank you guys for being here with me. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I have really enjoyed making these junk journals because I really wanted to use a lot of junk. Of course, some of my stash, but a lot of junky elements. This is cotton trim that I purchased at a vintage boutique. And when I purchased it, it said it was vintage cotton trim. I coffee dyed it because it's a beautiful white. And I thought about just leaving it white and adding it to the spine, but then I coffee dyed it and I really like how it turned out. The reason why I'm adding this is the spine seemed a little bit thin, if that makes sense. And so I thought that by adding this, it would make it a little bit sturdier. Plus it also looks really cute. And I hate the fact that I'm going to be covering up that beautiful paper on the spine. But adding that trim adds a really nice element to it. And I'm going to do the same to both of them. It's really cool. If you are going to work on a junk journal, my recommendation is that you do 2 at the same time. Work in multiples. If you're going to do one, just do a second one. I have some journals that I really need to finish that I started last year. And they are a lot of the Sugar School and the Mexican themed journals. I did make a few, and I have some videos that I made last year for, I think it was 3 of them that I completed. And I also have them on my Etsy shop. Oh yeah, you guys. If you want to see some journals that I have available, I do have an Etsy shop. If you are new to my channel, all of that information I try to keep down below in the description area. So you will find a link to my Etsy shop if you just want to go take a peek and see some of the work that I have done. So I also started working on other journals last year that I just didn't get to finish because I had to stop because I had to move again. And so I really want to get back to working on those. So after I finish working these, I think I'm going to pick those back up and finish them. Finish them this year. This year. Not last year, but this year. So these are tags that I made using scraps of the scrapbooking paper. The same paper that I used to line the inside of the journals. So I just made some really cute tags. And I started to embellish some of them. But can you believe I really struggled with these tags? And I have no issue making tags from old book pages and from paper bags and just basic junk. But I struggled working with these, with the scrapbooking paper. I don't know why. Maybe because they already have a design on them, so there really isn't much to do to them. But I did want to enhance them just a little bit. This is some of the softest yarn that I have purchased. It's almost like a chenille. It is so pretty and so soft. Oh, and I also have some sari silk just to mix it up a little bit. I have a video where I make paper bag junk journal tags. And I think it's the video that I recorded just before this one. And I love, love, love how those paper bag junk journal tags turned out. And I made a few that I recorded, and I show you the process for that. But then I made a whole bunch off camera, just a whole bunch of them. I love those so much. So I did come across 2 other bags, larger paper bags, and I just started making some more, and I'll be adding some of those to the junk journal. And I think there were some that I've already placed in the journals to make sure that I use them in there. So I'm just doing a little bit of collage on the envelopes. I also have a video on how I make and coffee dye and work with the junk mail envelopes. So I will link those below. So if you'd like to go and take a look at those, I will link all of the videos relevant to this process, this junk journal process, will be linked down below. I invite you to go watch my other videos, you guys. Let me know what you think, please. I need to learn how to speed up my video a little bit. I haven't gotten that far. I now know how to edit videos, and I've learned how to do the voiceover, little things like that. I'm always trying to research to improve my video editing skills. So next on my list is to learn how to speed it up just a little bit. Unless you like them like this. But speeding it up just a little bit, that might help. But then I'd have to talk really fast too. No, I don't. I could, but I'm not going to. So, do I have any football fans here watching? We have Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. So let me know if you are a football fan. I'm from the LA area in California, so y'all know who I'll be rooting for. All of a sudden, she's a football fan. Oh, I'm not a big sports fan, but I don't dislike sports. I enjoy basketball. I love watching basketball games, and I enjoy watching football games. No particular, team, but if I have to pick a team, I'm going to go with the LA team, you guys. I just have to. So, cool story. The father of my children, he is a huge Rams fan. And he was at the Rams game just a couple weeks ago. Well, he made it. He was filmed, and he was put on the, what is that big screen called? I can't remember what the big screen is called, but they have it at all the sporting events. So he made it to the big screen at the game. Not only at the game, but on Twitter, the LA Rams showed that video with him in it as he's cheering. So that was his 15 minutes of fame. But I thought that was pretty cool. He was so excited. And then my girls were so excited because he forwarded them the video that the Rams had shared on Twitter. And he texted to them. And they thought that was pretty cool. So yeah. I thought that was cool too. Is it called the Omnitron? Oh my gosh. I don't remember what it's called. Omnitron. No, big screen. Correct me if you know what it's called, or it'll come to me later. These stickers are so cute. Again, going through my stash and my collection of stickers, things that I really need to use up before they get too old and then I can't use them at all. These are from Hobby Lobby. And I had to use, and you'll see in just a second, as I try to peel the sticker off of the acetate, they are really glued onto that acetate. And so I had to grab a little spatula to peel it off. The stickers would not budge. And I remember struggling when I first bought them too. So I had to use that little spatula to help peel it off. I had to be really careful because I was afraid I was going to split it. But that turned out so cute. Just a little bit of book page and a cute little sticker. And that's it. I don't need to do much more to that. By the way, if you're watching my video and you are enjoying my content and the things that I enjoy making, and if you would like to continue to watch my videos or receive notifications of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. As I was going through my papers to put the signatures together, I used a lot of my jelly printed papers, and I am itching to jelly print, you guys. So I think that in one of my future videos, I'm going to do some jelly printing because I haven't done it in a while. And even though I have a pretty good stack of jelly printed papers from last year, just the process is so much fun. And once you start, it is so difficult to stop. So if you have tried jelly printing and you enjoy that process, let me know. If the same thing happens to you once you start jelly printing, are you able to stop? All of a sudden, you start off with wanting to jelly print just a few pages, and then all of a sudden you went through half a ream of paper. But I also want to jelly print on some fabric and maybe jelly print on envelopes. Just different things. But definitely some copy paper. So I have a craft to-do list, and it just keeps getting longer and longer. one of my upcoming videos, I will be making some corrugated hearts. And so I've been collecting some corrugated cardboard. And so I'll be cutting and die cutting and making some grungy hearts. And so that will be in one of my future videos. So I hope to have that soon. I wanted to have it before Valentine's Day, but I don't think I'll be able to. Only because I have been so busy with my real estate work that it doesn't leave me right now a lot of time, a lot of free time to create. But that's good. I am not complaining about the real estate work, so that's keeping me busy. Except that when I'm working more, I'm playing less. But I still manage to get some craft time in every day. Even if it's just a few minutes like this. Like I recorded the making of this a while, maybe a week ago, and I'm just now getting to the voiceover. So the tags, I think, turned out really cute. Not much to them, and I didn't want to add any more. I didn't want to over embellish them, but look at how cute those junk mail envelopes turned out. So I really like how that turned out. So those are the signatures and some of the other little things that I will be adding to the journals. As I placed that envelope down, I liked the way that looked. And so I'm going to paper clip it so that I remember to glue it down to the inside cover, because I really like, that's a perfect spot for it. Why I didn't, I know why I didn't do it right then and there, because I want to stitch the signatures in first. I thought about doing the same with this one, but I'm not. I don't think I want to glue it down to that inside cover, because I don't want to cover up the quote underneath. It says "Life is awesome," but I'm holding it in place there for a little bit until I figure out what I'm going to do. Let me know what you think with all the little random embellishments that I worked on. So this is some, what is it called? Seam binding that I picked up, and I wanted it kind of wrinkly, and so I sprayed some water on it and then just tied a rubber band around it so it can get wrinkly. And I plan on using it to tie the journals. So it's not wrinkly enough for me, so I am going to take some water and just spritz it down again, and then tie it back up with the rubber band and just let it sit overnight so it can get a little bit or more wrinkly, and then use it as a tie around the junk journal. So I just wanted to show you how I did that. You guys, thank you so much for sticking around with me. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and for liking and subscribing to my channel, spending some time with me. as I turn junk to treasure or trash to treasure or just random things, you guys. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys being here so much. And I'm hoping that the next video, I will do a flip through of the completed journal. You guys, thank you so much. You take care, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.